Have you ever wondered what actually makes a man or a woman powerful, not in terms of wealth or rank, but in a way that commands respect, commands presence, and leaves an indelible mark on the world? Throughout history, history's most powerful people weren't necessarily the loudest or most ferocious, but rather those who'd mastered themselves, their mind, and their surroundings. Imagine an ancient samurai entering an arena, his hand lightly on his sword, his eyes firm and serene. He doesn't have to draw his sword to establish his dominance, his presence alone shifts the mood in the arena. The warriors around him know he is not a man to be messed with, not because he is brutal, but because he possesses an unmistakable power. What is it about such a man that is actually dangerous in the best possible way? Before we discuss those ideas, let's spend a moment appreciating wisdom from throughout history, the wisdom left behind from a few of history's most genius-level brains. If you are a person who is always striving to improve, searching for ways to expand your mind, and working to be the best version you can be, then you are in the right place. Be sure to subscribe, because in this journey to mastery, you don't want to miss what comes next. Friedrich Nietzsche believed that the secret to human greatness was in the will to power, the internal drive that pushes individuals to push past adversity, to develop, and to reach their highest point. To be dangerous, one has to embrace the struggle, not avoid it. Most individuals spend their days in quiet desperation, avoiding discomfort, taking the easy route, and accepting mediocrity. Nietzsche felt that genuine strength is in confrontation, coming face to face with one's desires, phobias, and weaknesses and forging oneself into something grand. He didn't admire power over others but power to escape society's limitations, fear, and self-doubt. The most dangerous individuals are not those who wish to control, but those who cannot be controlled. Nietzsche was against passive complacency as well, believing that ease can lead to stagnation. Society tells individuals to fit in, to be pleasant, to avoid confrontation, but in doing so, it kills off the human spirit. To be dangerous in a good way, one has to develop ambition, control his or her instincts, and relentlessly strive to be his or her best. A struggler is not afraid to fail, instead, he or she looks upon every failure as a lesson and an opportunity to do better. He or she is not held back by guilt, fear, or other people's expectations. Instead, he or she forges his or her own path, unmoved by obstacles, with a will to move forward that cannot be stopped. Sun Tzu, the great tactician, understood that sheer power is not what wins battles, intelligence, patience, and foresight do. A man who can think several steps ahead, who knows when to attack and when to withdraw, will always have the upper hand. History's most powerful warriors were not those who started conflict in all directions but those who learned to move through it without losing themselves. Being able to control emotions, read a room, and move with precision is what makes a man or woman dangerous. Sun Tzu's principles apply far beyond the realm of battle, into business, relationships, and self-reinvention. Those who can learn to think tactically are forces to be reckoned with in any field. A dangerous man or woman does not move on impulse. Sun Tzu taught that victory is won before battle is ever engaged. Those who know people, who know their opponents, and who control their environments have an immeasurable upper hand. Brute power without strategy is wasted potential. Those who are most potent are those who can control events without direct action, who attack when opportunity knocks and recede when called upon. This control is what makes them a force to be reckoned with in any aspect of life. Carl Jung shed light on the shadow self, that place in our psyche that houses our deepest terrors, our hidden desires, and our primal urges. Many spend their lifetimes in denial of their shadow, denying that it exists, afraid to look inside. Jung believed that true power lies in integrating this darkness, in understanding and using it as fuel for transformation. A man or woman who has fought his or her own demons cannot be easily manipulated or swayed, for he or she knows him or herself too intimately. He or she does not project his or her own vulnerabilities onto other individuals, nor does he or she crumble under pressure. Instead, he or she channels his or her own chaos into something positive, taking his or her perceived weaknesses and making them unmatched strengths. This level of self-knowledge makes him or her dangerous. Jung believed that those who deny their darkness end up being governed by it. When people do not embrace their inner desires and their fears, those hidden forces manifest themselves in a destructive way, through anger, insecurity, and sabotaging themselves. Those who do embrace their shadow, however, are made whole. They embrace all that is within them, converting raw feelings into wisdom and fortitude. The most dangerous individuals are not those who deny their emotions but those who have learned to manage them, using their ferocity as a power source rather than a vulnerability. Miyamoto Musashi, the undefeated samurai, understood that mastery is not a matter of expertise but one of being able to adapt, being disciplined, and being resilient. He believed in a philosophy that one should be independent, impenetrable, and able to be prepared for anything. He was not just a swordsman but a philosopher, an artist, a tactician. His philosophy in life is that actual danger is not in specialization but in being versatile. A man who can adapt, who is not dogmatic in his thoughts, and who has trained in a number of disciplines will always be in control. He goes through life with quiet confidence, untouched by the chaos around him, for he knows he can handle anything that comes his way. Musashi was a believer in detachment as well. He believed that attachment to emotions obscures one's judgment and that actual warriors should move through life with a sense of lucidity and focus. Those who think with their emotions in combat, or in life, open themselves to vulnerability. However, those who can remain calm, even in peril, possess a power that is unbeatable. They are not governed by outside forces but by their own unbreakable discipline. This level of mastery and self-control is what makes them so effective. Robert Greene, a writer and a master of power and influence, teaches that power lies in understanding people, controlling emotions, and acting with strategy. The most dangerous individuals are not those who speak most about power but those who are unpredictable, calculating, and always a move ahead. One who has learned the laws of power does not need to exert power, it comes to them naturally. They know when to speak and when to hold their tongue, when to move and when to wait. They do not create unnecessary conflict, but when they do so with accuracy and certainty. Greene is also a proponent of patience and the use of mystery. A dangerous man is one who will not expose his full intentions, leaving people to wonder what he is going to do next. He acts with purpose, never acting impulsively without forethought. He uses the tools of power in a subtle manner, making his influence felt without coercion. Those who know how to use psychology, stay in control emotionally, and maneuver in the background have a huge amount of power that cannot be challenged. Lao Tzu, the great Taoist sage, taught that yielding is supreme power. Soft water can wear down mountains over time. Those who are rigid, who refuse to bend, who cling to tradition, will eventually break under pressure. But those who can flow with life, who can bend without losing themselves, who move with fluidity with the currents of change, cannot be halted. Lao Tzu spoke of effortless action, Wu Wei. Those who learn to move with life's currents, not against them, conserve their energy and win without unnecessary struggle. They are not weak, but do not waste their energy in struggling with losing battles. Their persistence and ability to move through chaos with ease provide them with much more power than those who apply only brute power. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, believed that the most dangerous people are those who cannot be broken by external circumstances. His philosophy teaches that true power comes from controlling one's own mind. The Stoic does not complain, react emotionally, or allow fear to dictate their actions. Instead, they accept reality as it is and move forward with discipline and purpose. The most dangerous in the best possible way are not those who hunger for control, for aggression, or for dominance. They are those who have gained mastery, those who know themselves, their feelings, their strengths and weaknesses, and who move through life with strategic wisdom, quiet confidence, and unbreakable resilience. Nietzsche teaches us to embrace our ambition, Sun Tzu reminds us to move with strategy, Jung invites us to embrace our shadow, Musashi demonstrates mastery, Marcus Aurelius gives us inner fortitude, Robert Greene teaches us the art of influence, and Lao Tzu demonstrates the power of being flexible. A highly effective person is not careless but strategic, not confrontational but tranquil, not braggadocious but quietly certain. They don't need approval, and they don't let fear lead them. They have a mission: command respect with ease, and leave a lasting impression on the world. When you live according to these principles, you are a person who is not only respected but remembered, not only influential but completely unstoppable. And that, in a nutshell, is what actually being dangerous in a good way is. This is the Beyond the Surface channel. Like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more videos about philosophies and more. Thank you for watching.